So, a couple days ago, I picked up around 15 superworms, and I didn't really plan on making a video about them at first. I just really like insects. And I know my channel is usually tech stuff, but sometimes I just want to talk about whatever I'm interested in at the moment. And right now, it's these guys. So, yeah, superworms. First thing to clear up, because people mix this up all the time, they're not worms at all. They're larvae. They're the larval stage of darkling beetles. The species is Superworms moreo. Same general beetle family as mealworms, but definitely not the same thing. If you've ever seen mealworms before, superworms look like the bigger version. They're longer, thicker, shinier, and way more active. Mine are probably around 2 inches long, give or take. They're brownish, tan, and kind of glossy, as you can see. And they don't just sit there either, they move a lot. And right now I've got them in a container with oatmeal as the substrate. It's just plain oats, and then I toss in vegetables for moisture. I've been using carrots mostly and spinach here and there, and that's pretty much all they need. The vegetables give them water, so you don't need to put an actual water dish in there. If you do, they'll drown, so don't do that, guys. And they mostly just chill, and they burrow around they burrow under the oats. They come out, eat, move around, and they bite each other sometimes. Typical superworm behavior. And now, people always compare superworms to mealworms. So I'll just talk about that for a bit. Mealworms are Tenebrio molitor. Superworms are Superworms moreo, different species. Mealworms are smaller, less active, and honestly kind of stupid. They'll pupate really easily, and you don't really have to do much. Superworms are different. They refuse to pupate unless you isolate them. Like, if you keep superworms together, they will just stay larvae. They'll stay superworms their entire life and eventually die as larvae. They will not turn into beetles on their own while they're grouped. That's one of the weirdest and coolest things about them. If you actually want them to pupate, you have to isolate them individually, like one worm per container. When you do that, they start slowing down. You'll notice they move a lot less and eventually curl up into this C shape and get really, really still. That's when they start molting into a pupa. The pupae looks kind of weird. They're cream colored or yellowish, and they don't really move much, of course, except sometimes their tail will twitch if you touch them, and they're super fragile at this stage. After a while, you'll start seeing legs forming, wing outlines, all that, and then the beetle emerges. When the beetle first comes out, it's white, like completely white, and then it slowly darkens, white to orange, then reddish, and then eventually jet black, fully hardened darkling beetle. Once they're beetles, that's when the reproduction happens. They'll mate. After a couple weeks, the females start laying eggs in substrate. Each female can lay hundreds of eggs, like up to around 500. And the eggs hatch in about a week, maybe a little more. Then you get tiny white larvae, which eventually turn into superworms again. Breeding them is kind of a pain compared to mealworms. That's why people say superworms are harder to breed. They're not impossible, it's just really annoying. And something else people don't really talk about is how sensitive superworms are. Temperature matters a lot. Humidity matters. If it's too dry, they don't do great. If it's too humid, you get mold. If you don't feed them enough, they'll start cannibalizing each other. Like, they straight up just eat each other. So you have to keep food in there pretty consistently. Vegetables mostly, carrots, potatoes, cucumbers, sweet potatoes, stuff like that. I've been sticking with carrots because they last longer and don't mold as fast. They're also nocturnal, so they're more active at night, but honestly, they move around whenever, so they burrow a lot, and that's what they do. It's normal. One thing that always comes up when you talk about superworms is the biting thing. They can bite, and it's not serious. It's like a tiny pinch, and it doesn't even break the skin. It just surprises you more than anything, and if you handle them gently, they usually don't even try. Most of the time, they're just squirming around. So cute. There are also a lot of dumb myths about them. Like people thinking they burrow into your skin or carry diseases or whatever. My grandma says that they transmit diseases, which is not true. None of that is true. They're feeder insects. They're bred and handled constantly. They're fine. And if they were to transmit diseases, PetSmart wouldn't be selling them. That would be illegal. So I don't get why people say that. Anyways, now there's also the whole plastic thing. This is where superworms randomly become famous outside of reptile stuff. They can digest certain plastics, like polystyrene. The reason they can do that isn't because the worm itself is magic. It's because of bacteria in their gut. Their bacteria produces enzymes that can break down the plastic. And that doesn't mean you should feed them plastic. They don't thrive on it. They survive, but they don't do well. It's more of a scientific curiosity than a practical household solution right now. It's still really interesting though, and it shows how weird biology can be. And another thing that's kind of cool is their frass. That's basically insect poop. It's actually really good fertilizer. People use it in gardening because it's rich in nutrients, and in a way, superworms turn kitchen scraps into fertilizer. For humans, people eat them too. I'm not gonna do that, of course, but nutritionally, they're legit. High protein, decent amino acids, less resource intensive than meat. Whether people actually adopt that on a large scale is a different question. Right now, I'm not trying to breed them or anything. I'm just observing them, watching how they behave, and seeing how fast they eat, and also how they move. It's really relaxing, and it's the same reason why people like ant farms or aquariums. It's like a tiny ecosystem in a plastic container. And I think that's why I wanted to make this video. Not to teach in a formal way, but just to talk about them, because insects are hella cool, and superworms are especially weird. They're stubborn, they're aggressive, they're dumb, and also fascinating if you actually pay attention to them. There are thousands of species of darkling beetles, by the way. Mealworms and superworms are just the two we interact with the most, but there are a massive variety. Different larvae, different behaviors, and different life cycles. And this is just one corner of it. So basically, these are my superworms. Oats, carrots, spinach. They eat, they burrow, they vibe, and honestly, I'll keep talking about them as I learn more, because I like stuff like this. And if you're still watching, cool. If not, that's fine too. I just wanted to get this out of my system.